What is slang borrowing in language? Have you ever wondered how some words from different languages find their way into everyday conversation? Slang borrowing in language is a fascinating process that explains this phenomenon. It refers to how informal and culturally specific words or expressions, known as slang, are taken from one language or dialect and incorporated into another. This often happens through social contact, cultural exchange, or exposure to different communities. Unlike formal loanwords, which are used in standard language, slang borrowings are typically found in casual or subcultural contexts. They carry unique social or cultural meanings that can change based on the environment. At its core, borrowing in language means adopting elements from one language into another. Slang borrowing is a specific type of this process, focusing on informal vocabulary. You might be surprised to learn that slang borrowings can include single words, phrases, or expressions. When these terms are integrated into a new language, they may undergo changes in pronunciation, spelling, or meaning to fit the new context. This is part of a broader linguistic phenomenon where languages influence each other, especially in informal or colloquial speech. Slang borrowing often reflects social dynamics, such as youth culture, urban life, or multicultural interactions. For example, English slang has borrowed words from various languages due to immigration and pop culture. This has created a rich and evolving informal lexicon that continues to grow. There are different types of borrowing relevant to slang. Lexical borrowing involves directly adopting slang words or phrases from another language. Semantic borrowing, on the other hand, is when the meaning or connotation of a slang term is borrowed and applied to existing words in the new language. Slang borrowing differs from formal borrowing because it usually occurs in less standardized speech. It carries strong social or cultural identity markers. Creative adaptations often come into play, such as blending or modifying borrowed slang to fit local speech patterns. In practical terms, slang borrowing enriches informal language. It allows speakers to express new ideas, identities, or social affiliations. It also illustrates how language evolves through contact and cultural exchange, especially in informal settings where slang thrives. Overall, slang borrowing is a dynamic part of language change. It shows how informal speech communities adopt and adapt expressions from different languages to suit their social and cultural needs. So next time you hear a new slang term, remember it might just be a borrowed gem from another language.